Well, hello, everybody. It is time for a Thursday edition of Ask the Pastor. And today's question comes from Nancy Goodyear. And she wanted to know what is my favorite Bible story verse and why. And so I'm going to read it. It's a familiar one. It's from 1 Kings 18, verse 20 and following. You'll know this as soon as I start. So Ahab sent all the Israelites and assembled the prophets at Mount Carmel. Elijah then came near to all the people, and he said, "How long will you go limping with two different opinions? If the Lord is God, then follow him. But if Baal, then follow him." And the people did not answer him a word. Then Elijah said to the people, I only am left a prophet of the Lord, but Baal's prophets number 450. Let 2 bowls be given to us. Let them choose 1 bowl for themselves, cut into pieces, and lay it on the wood, but put no fire under it. I will prepare the other bowl and lay it on the wood, and put no fire to it. Then you call in the name of your God, and I will call in the name of the Lord. The God who answers by fire is indeed God. All the people answered, "Well spoken." Then Elijah said to the prophets of Baal, "Choose yourself 1 bowl and prepare it first, for you are many. Then call on the name of your God, but put no fire to it." So they took the bowl that was given them, prepared it, and called on the name of Baal from morning until noon, crying, "O Baal, answer us." But there was no voice, no answer. They limped about the altar that they had made. At noon Elijah mocked them, saying, "Cry aloud. Surely he is a god. Either he is meditating, or he has wandered away, or he is on a journey, or perhaps he's asleep and must be awakened." Then they cried aloud, as was their custom. They cut themselves with swords and lance until the blood gushed all over them. As midday passed, they raved on until the time of the offering of obligation. But there was no voice, no answer, and no response. Then Elijah said to the people, "Come closer to me." And all the people came closer to him. First he repaired the altar of the Lord that had been thrown down. Elijah took 12 stones, according to the number of the tribes of the son of Jacob, to whom the word of the Lord came, saying, "Israel shall be your name." With the stones he built an altar in the name of the Lord. Then he made a trench around the altar, large enough to contain 2 measures of seed. Next he put the wood in order, cut the bowl in pieces, and laid it on the wood. And he said, "Fill 4 jars with water and pour it on the burnt offering and on the wood." Then he said, "Do it a second time." And they did it a second time. And again he said, "Do it a third time." And they did it a third time, so that the water ran all around the altar and filled the trench also with water. At the time of the offering of obligation, the prophet Elijah came near and said, "O Lord, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known this day that you are God in Israel, that I am your servant, and I have done all these things at your bidding. Answer me, O Lord, answer me, so that this people may know that you, O Lord, are God, and that you have turned their hearts back." Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt offering, the wood, the stone, and the dust, and even licked up the water that was in the trench. When all the people saw it, they fell on their face and said, "The Lord is indeed God, the Lord indeed is God." And so that's 1 Kings 18:20 through 39. Again, a familiar passage, I'm sure. So why do I like this story? I like this story because it's very detailed. And, I have this issue sometimes when I read the Bible that I don't necessarily read it in a spiritual way, but I read it for stuff. I look for details. I look for just unique and weird stuff that are in passages. And this one, in my opinion, is just full of them. When Elijah's mocking the crowds of the Baal, the priests of the Baal, he says, "Cry aloud, surely he is God. Is he meditating or wandering away, or is he on a journey? Or perhaps he's asleep and must be awakened." And if you follow the Greek, there's a little different meaning. He's not asleep. Elijah's saying, well, maybe he's in the bathroom, basically. And so I like that. There's sarcasm in this story. There's the power of God in this story. There's fire coming down from heaven in the story. And for whatever reason, when I heard it first, way back, I couldn't even tell you when the first time I heard it. It just captured my imagination. And I just love the story. I don't preach on it very often. I don't think I've ever preached on it here, to be honest with you. But it's just a story that touches my intellect, and it touches my heart in a way as well. And even the priests of Baal with the hard hearts, at times I can have a hardened heart. But when they saw this, Elijah prays that their hearts would be softened and that they can turn to God. And that's just kind of a touching story to me. So a lot of reasons. Thanks for asking, Nancy. I had to kind of think about it a little bit. There's a couple other ones that I had to kind of eliminate, but this is probably my favorite Bible story. And I know that's surprising. It's Old Testament. You guys know that I don't know a lot about the Old Testament, but yeah, it's really good. Actually, my favorite book of the Bible is Haggai, believe it or not, minor prophet. So good stuff. Thanks for asking that question. I hope you guys just learned a little bit about me in this story. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.